I listened to this other podcast called the Founders Podcast. Great. This guy, gosh, I forget his name, of course, but I'm sure you'll find it while I'm talking.
Sure.
And he talks about books that he's read, and he's been
Is this
on
David
Steve.
Senra? Is that
That's
right?
it. Yeah,
All
David
right,
Senra.
great.
It's really good, high energy, talks fast. Yeah,
Yep.
that's him. And I really like it, especially when I'm driving. It really gets me to think about concepts. And he was doing a kind of a run on Steve Jobs books lately. And one of the topics that he discussed that I really like is this concept of a simple stick that Steve used.
Yep.
That he used to like beat people with it, and it was not figuratively, although
Okay,
maybe he would have liked to, but
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was just constantly beating down on their products to simplify, and not just their products, but their advertising, their every aspect of what they were doing was just to remove and just continually remove and take things out. And I thought about it, and it's like, it's pretty valuable. Just when you're thinking about like how the messaging you're giving to your customers
Yeah.
and your product design, how your website works, just I maybe all entrepreneurs, we have a tendency to kind of want to do a lot of stuff. Maybe it's because our brains have a lot of stuff going on, and
Sure.
we can manage a wider bandwidth of stuff or whatever. But yeah, I like it. I recommend you listen to it. It's pretty cool. Great while you're driving, and like one of the famous examples is when iMovie first came out. I'm sure you know the story, Dave. And they were showing it to Steve, and it had all this bells and whistles and software. It's going to do this, going to do that, and all this kind of stuff. And Steve got up and said, no, here it is. And he drew a square on the whiteboard and said, record, publish, and it's like, this is it. This is the software. And, it was just boiling it down to the most simple thing. So when someone looked at it, they could immediately think about, well, what's this going to do for me? How easy is it to use? And it really struck me. And I've been trying to think more and more about that on how I use that concept.